Yeah, that would be nice.
And then come back from there, finish up the trip in Cambodia, and then do Angkor Wat and all that fun stuff. And then, yeah, we'll be ready to rock and roll as soon as then.
There's something sacred about the sunrise before the rest of the world awakes. The way the light rises, slow and certain, it reminds me that even when everything feels uncertain, we still get another chance to try again, another day to get it right. As adults, we don't always get told what to believe in anymore. It is on us to choose. For me, I choose to believe in possibility. I choose to believe in what can happen when we create space in our life for healing, for service, for each other. This began as an impossible dream, the kind of dream that whispers in your heart when the world is quiet, the kind of dream you almost talk yourself out of until the light carries you forward. Being carried by the light means trusting what you can't see yet. It means remembering that the power we seek is already within. It means remembering who you are. This is a love letter to all the world's kids, our future leaders. Let this story remind you, you are not behind, you are not too late, and you are always carried by the light. This is the story of the impossible dream, carried by the light of future leaders' journey, guided by purpose, made real through service and love. In March of 2024, I was preparing jackets for our Fashion for Education fashion show fundraiser. Jean jackets and blazers, future leader apparel, one of a kind, hand-painted, for our future leaders to wear on the runway come April, just 1 month away. In 2012, I was accepted to serve in the Peace Corps in Rwanda. When I returned to America from the Peace Corps, I felt lost, but slowly color returned. Through art, through purpose, through creating art, I could discover something I almost lost, a reason to keep going. Art is where I found a space to heal my soul. Painting allowed me a creative outlet. This is why art therapy is one of our programs offered through all the world's kids. Think, dream, dare, believe. It's more than just words. It's the mantra of how I came back to life.
Welcome to Michael's, the land of paint and all the other things. Enter at your own risk. Okay. Let's find some paint. It's pretty.
Reintegration to the Western world was challenging after having experienced limited access to running water, using a hole for a latrine, and no electricity as a way of life. I felt overwhelmed at the access to things in America, and disappointed that others weren't aware that people in other parts of the world were limited to what we have in comparison.
This is my crown from when I won Miss Vizcaya swimwear. You would never think that a beauty queen lives out of her car and sailboat, but it's a reminder. Just a crown. Huh. Okay. But these jackets, which we'll have at the event for sale, we gave a copy to every kid who's going on the expedition. It's filled with 12 life lessons. The last year's been really therapeutic, even for me, like going through my own healing, which has allowed me the fortune to share lessons with others. And I think that's like what's really important, is teaching what we learn to younger generations, so that way they have more tools and feel more equipped in the world, because, you know, life is already hard enough. So if you can equip them with some skills, it just helps them become better leaders. I think that's honestly why I'm doing all of this. You know, like, because our youth will be the ones that end up taking care of us when we're older. We should be investing everything into them. We treat them well, and then they'll treat us well. That's the wish. That's the plan. So yeah, we're all set. The jackets have been stored, and I'll come to my workshop and work late until the middle of the night over the next 25 days to create the jackets. So yeah. I was using my mom's place as like our landing pad for all the world's kids mail to come to. Oh, this is such a good event that they host too. So the students that are going with us on the expedition, they go to Academy Prep, right? And they host annually this fabulous females brunch. And so this is their invitation to attend the event, which I went last year and it was really impactful. So that's really cool. That'll be good. I love what the school's doing for youth that otherwise wouldn't have access to the type of education that they're getting elsewhere, that they get at Academy Prep. Academy Prep is definitely the standard of schools serving our youth.
Please introduce yourself to us.
I'm Gina Tanasi Burkett, and I am the head of school at Academy Prep Center of St. Petersburg, and I'm now beginning my 12th year here. So I don't know if you know about this, but there was this young lady who I met for the first time. Her name was Lauren Hubbard, and she wanted to introduce her new nonprofit to Academy Prep Center of St. Petersburg. And she was here to learn a little bit more about us, but we were also learning a lot more about her. And at the time, I was trying to help our organization, our school, to enter into an opportunity of an international trip. And I was not successful. I was struggling to get that finalized. And Lauren Hubbard came in and said, "You are going to think, and you are going to dream, and you are going to dare, and you are going to believe that this trip will happen." And at that moment, I saw something in this organization, all the world's kids, that was amazing. And I said, oh my goodness, she's going to help us make this trip happen. So I've already seen the results of one person who believed in us at Academy Prep Center of St. Petersburg. And that is my first introduction. So I think a lot of people, if they have not really traveled the world, don't understand how much it can bring to a young life, really any life, truthfully, but the younger that a student can understand and see how this can expand their world, how they never even dreamed or thought about what it can be like to be in another country. We all get kind of accustomed to our own little boxes, and this is what we think life is. And so when we talk about culture in history, and when we talk about languages in our other classes, we don't really know what that looks like. We might be able to see a documentary on TV, we might be able to see what we think it looks like, but until you experience it, until you understand and walk alongside those who travel differently, who walk differently, who drink differently, they won't know that until they've experienced it. And so it's not really something I was able to experience as a young person, and I wish that somebody would have let's say, help me thrive in that area or even introduce that area. And so I just love that we're able to do that for our students.
I'm Ibrahim Bushiri. I grew up in India, came to go to college in the US and have been living in St. Pete now for 14 years. I've just always been attracted to kids and education of kids, particularly for kids who, where I think education can be such an outlet to kind of help them accomplish their life's goals. And when I moved to St. Pete through friends that I used to work with, and are still friends, I found out about Academy Prep. And I think it's an amazing, amazing institution. And so for years, I was really busy with work, so would just help them as best I could financially. But starting 2 years ago, when I left work and I have more time, I've been mentoring. And it's been, frankly, a life-changing experience. I grew up in India. I've been fortunate to be able to travel and experience different cultures. And so my experience has been that when you travel, it kind of like, it opens your heart, it opens your mind. I've always felt like if people traveled more by actually experiencing cultures, not just kind of seeing the sights, for lack of a better word, or et cetera, walling themselves off when they travel, they would realize that we're all the same, and it would make the world a better place and make us more compassionate and more caring for other people. So when I found out about what you were doing, and on top of that, it involved Academy Prep, which is an organization that I think does amazing work, it was just a very easy thing for me to support, frankly. I was, for the last 2 years, was mentoring a student at Academy Prep. I used to come to this campus and meet with him during lunch every week. And one of the days, he introduced me to Andrew Belzer, or Mr. Belzer, as he's known here, who is his favorite teacher, his Spanish teacher. And so I got to know Andrew, and Andrew informed me about this expedition, and then he eventually put me in touch with you, and that's how I found out.
So my name is Mr. Belzer.
And what do you do at Academy Prep?
I am a Spanish teacher here at Academy Prep St. Pete.
How long have you been with Academy Prep?
This is my 3rd year teaching at Academy Prep.
Can you tell us a little bit more about your experience traveling with the students before All the World's Kids arrived?
So before All the World's Kids arrived, I've traveled with students on several occasions. Before coming to Academy Prep, I had taken students to several different Latin American countries, Peru, Ecuador, the Dominican Republic. And since I've been at Academy Prep, I've had the opportunity to take kids abroad. Last summer, we went to Peru, where we worked in rural schools, doing things like painting, playing volleyball with the kids. It was a really, really great opportunity for the kids to get outside of the country, to see how other schools outside of the U.S. function, to communicate with other kids, the peers their age, in a different language, to use their Spanish in a real-life setting. So Academy Prep gives them an opportunity that they wouldn't have elsewhere. And the trip to Cambodia is a perfect example of that. And these are kids that may never have an opportunity to travel if it wasn't for the school, really, and the unique way that the school functions. But we're more focused on the kids. It's not a profit-based thing. We don't have a third party that is looking to make income off the kids' travel. It's more genuine, it's more down to earth. It's very student-centered travel rather than tourism.
The traditional school travel, third-party travel companies, the 2 big ones are EF and World Strides. And they're good, but they're extraordinarily expensive. And when I've traveled in the past, the kids have had to pay for themselves, the families pay for themselves.
I've been painting for a long time.
When I came back from the Peace Corps, I started to paint. I think painting kind of helps us process emotions and things. So I painted these pictures of elephants, and it turned out to be all the illustrations for my children's book. And I did that in about 4 days.
Ellie the elephant. And I've found like anytime anything happens, if I just come back to painting or creating, it helps. Whether that's like getting out unprocessed emotions that weren't released maybe, or it's very like meditative, therapeutic to paint. And then after the children's book, I did like a little pop-up gallery and sold the prints. So I played artist for a little bit. I have a tendency to do a bunch of things. So like painting, working at a yacht brokerage, running a nonprofit, volunteering at elementary schools. Hosting community events. All of these things help me let out energy. So it doesn't feel like it's a lot, although I clearly see like it is a lot. There's a whole bin full of jackets. There's, I'm gonna say 36 jackets that I did in 2 weeks now. So
You
yeah.
did that many?
Mm-hmm. 36. We have 40 for the show. There's 14 kids walking, so that's 2 looks per kid, and then a couple extra. And then everything will be on display racks at the fundraiser. So anything that's sold, then the proceeds will help go for our programs, art, mentorship, travel.
I created the Global Impact Expedition component of all the world's kids programs to provide a mini service experience for youth. Instead of 27 months abroad like the Peace Corps, we would offer 2-week expeditions. This bite-sized experience invites future leaders to experience a glimpse of how powerful, how transformative even a short time in service can be. It still counts. The impossible dream you carry within your soul, as impossible as it may feel, is worth every step of the journey to make the impossible possible. Tell us about our scholars.
Bethany is a funny, really intelligent child that I think she's definitely bright and unique, and she's got a great sense of humor once you get to know her. Tim is soft-spoken. He's really friendly. He's a little bit of a thinker, right? He thinks things through. He's a little bit methodical in the way he sees the world. He's got a lot of potential, and you see him growing. Darren's a goofball. Darren is always going to be the star of the show. And Darren could drive you crazy, but he's a hard worker. He's really compassionate. He cares about other people. He's very, very authentic. Destiny is so soft-spoken, but she is brilliant. Destiny is brilliant. One of the smartest students I've had during my time teaching at Academy Prep. But boy, once you break through Destiny's quiet nature, she's just as loud as her brother. You don't know it to look at her or to know her at first or to meet her at first, but she is also goofy, super intelligent. Sanaya's a leader. Sanaya is somebody who can take life by the reins and make decisions and adapt to things. I think that she's somebody who's really confident. I think of the group, she's probably got the most confidence. She's somebody who accomplishes things and works through difficulties with her head held high. Like, I couldn't see anything getting Sanaya really like down. She's a really strong, confident person.
Youth want to be a part of service. They just don't know how or where to even begin. All the World's Kids exists essentially as a service hub of opportunity to create access and raise and engage our future leaders in hands-on experiences that will help them not only serve, but develop essential life skills that will transform their lives. These skills will serve them beyond the service mission and hopefully funnel into their own backyard communities when they return. After creating the jackets came the action. The vision in my head slowly turned real. The Fashion for Education fashion show fundraiser was more than a runway show. It was a walkthrough of belief. Volunteers came from all over the community, helping with stitching patches on the jackets, to organizing the silent auction table and raffle items, to coordinating the future leaders walking down the runway. Hair and makeup artists volunteered their time and talent to support the mission to go global, guiding our youth with gentle hands and big hearts, getting them ready for event day. Everyone felt a part of something bigger than themselves, like they were a part of the dream. That's what service does. It connects you without condition. This reminded me of my time volunteering in the Philippines in 2017, when I heard a voice from within say, "All the world's kids are ours to raise." These aren't just any kids. These are all the world's kids. They wore their truth on the runway, wrapped in color, hope, and purpose. And in just 2 months, we were set to go global. But we didn't have nearly enough funds for the flights to travel. I wondered if we were going to be able to pull it off. My goal to make the expedition possible was $15,000. The day of the fundraiser. It wasn't enough. But just as I was questioning how, the how began to unfold.
Yeah, so tag days were really instrumental, I think, in just getting they weren't huge, like they weren't a huge percentage of the total of what we raised, but tag days are instrumental in just kind of building momentum towards getting to your goal. A tag day is when a store, for us, it was super instrumental in getting us to where we need to go. They just kind of bump us up a little bit here and there, but tag days are when stores like Publix or Sam's allow nonprofits to stand in front of the store and ask for donations for a cause. You know, the kids come out and they have to give up a weekend day and stand out in the heat, and it's not comfortable, you know, to ask people for money. Nobody likes asking people for money, but one of the things about tag days that I think is awesome is that the amount of people who give is amazing, and the amount of people who stop and talk to the kids. Hey, what are you going to do? What's going to happen? And they want to talk to the kids. They want to see, you know, that the kids are explaining what's happening and that they're excited about it. So we did 3 tag days, and they raised around $3,000, which is amazing. But it's all the kids. It's the kids that work. Destiny makes all the posters. We go out there and they put their sales skills to task, right? They have to sell their project, and they do really good at it. And you'd be surprised. We get people who drop $100 bills in that bucket. It's crazy.
Our future leaders stood outside big box stores, holding signs asking the community to believe in them, to believe in the dream of going global, to serve. Incredibly, they raised another $3,000 over 3 days of outreach. Mr. Belzer started a GoFund page me as well to support the mission, raising $2,165 to help bridge the gap. But it still wasn't enough.
Lauren, it goes back to what I mentioned earlier. Like I grew up in India. I've been fortunate to be able to travel and experience different cultures. And so my experience has been that when you travel, it kind of like, it opens your heart, it opens your mind. I've always felt like if people traveled more by actually experiencing cultures, not just kind of seeing the sights, for lack of a better word, or et cetera, walling themselves off when they travel, they would realize that we're all the same. So I've always felt like if people traveled more and traveled in a way that they kind of actually experienced cultures, didn't just kind of go see the sights, they would realize that we're all the same. And it would make the world a better place and make us more compassionate and more caring for other people. So when I found out about what you were doing, and on top of that, it involved Academy Prep, which is an organization that I think does amazing work, it was just a very easy thing for me to support, frankly.
Mr. Boucheri came through at the last second, and then it was actually at that point that I think Lauren and I exchanged some messages, and we were like, okay, let's do it. Let's look for tickets. And it was, I mean, that was the point where it became real.
The children, handpicked for the journey, had been told of the promise, the dream, and we couldn't let them down. That's when Sergio, our videographer, stepped in. The co-producer and co-dreamer who believed in this story was worth telling. For him, postponing until 2026 wasn't an option. Momentum was already in motion, and to wait would be to watch the spark fade. He reached out to Lisa Vickers, CEO and trustee of the Spear Dream Foundation. He told her of the vision, not just of delivering clean water, but of capturing the journey in a film that would outlast the mission itself, a story the world could see and feel. Lisa listened with interest, and our mission spoke to her. Even though the grant window had already closed, she told him, "We're going to make this happen." In the end, the Spear Dream Foundation stepped forward with the final funds needed. The mission was certain. The dream would not wait another year. Like all impossible dreams, the miracles started to arrive. We were really doing it. 5 future leaders, Mr. Belzer, and Sergio, our videographer, myself, and our future leader ambassador, my daughter, Monty May, prepared for the journey to the Kingdom of Cambodia to make impact real.
And we're flying to New York for the first leg of the first Global Impact Expedition to the Kingdom of Cambodia.
Our mission was clear: build water filters, deliver and install them, provide access, serve.
What's going on, Mr. Belzer?
Well, we're here in Cambodia. We made it after 47 hours of traveling, and quite honestly, it's a miracle in and of itself, to be honest.
Can you tell me a little bit about the travel to get here?
Well, let's just say we had some early hiccups, to say the very least, and there was a moment when I didn't think we were going to make it. But we persevered, and most importantly, the kids persevered. You know, like we had some interesting situations in the airports and along the way that were unexpected. And what was really unexpected to me is that the kids went through it like it was just nothing, you know, like where an adult would have, you know, crumbled and cried, the kids just persevered and pushed forward.
I'm very happy to be in Cambodia.
Are you happy that you were selected on this mission?
Yes, I'm very happy that I was selected to come to Cambodia to help.
My favorite part about today was kind of learning about the Cambodian history. Because I thought like some things like only really happened in like one part of the world, but like seeing what happened in Cambodia like showed us it doesn't just happen to the USA, it happens like all around the world.
Cambodia is different than St. Pete because mainly the people are way nicer here in Cambodia than St. Pete, and then I feel like it's more welcoming. You feel more welcomed here.
Yes, ma'am. I'm happy to be here in Cambodia with you all.
Would you tell others that they should come here too?
Yeah, it's definitely the work. This is definitely worth it because the plane rides were eventful. Everything was very exciting. You got to try new foods and everything, and yeah, well, you really only live once, so I suggest that you go out and travel the world, especially at a young age.
It's a little bit surreal because, like, no, it's surreal. But we're here, so it's nice.
Are you happy you're here?
Yes.
So it's my first day as the director of organizing my first Global Impact Expedition. We're here with 5 students and my child, who has never been out of the country. I'm here with a videographer who's also a dear friend to me, an educator that I respect, and a host country national that helped make this process of going global possible. And honestly, while it would make sense for me to say that this is crazy beyond belief, I never thought it would happen, some part of me always knew that it would. So being here, showing everyone what's possible, I guess it makes me believe that really anything is possible. And I think we always have a hint of doubt within ourselves that makes us question if we're worthy. And that's in everyone, right? But being here, watching this idea that I had come to life, it just makes me want to dream even more. And I guess I want this to be a testament to anyone that anything you think you can achieve. It's been a good day, and I'm excited to see what the rest of our time here has to offer. So, yeah.
I've been to a lot of different places, and I've been in Southeast Asia before, in Vietnam. But what's really cool about Cambodia is very much the people. The people are so extraordinarily kind. Mr. Prom, from the moment I saw him, he was laughing. Everything makes him laugh. He's so cheery. He just makes everybody around him happy. Every person I meet is just so polite to me and so friendly and kind. It's really amazing how kind the people are.
Tell us about what we're doing today.
Oh, we are going to buy a SIM card because we just arrived to Cambodia.
I met Mr. Prom in 2017 while I was serving in Cambodia. When I organized this expedition, I contacted him. He offered us his mother's home in the countryside as our homestay. We would be able to stay in Plung village while we served. It was fitting because the water filters would go to the countryside, where there was no access to clean or safe drinking water. We would live like the locals, learn from the locals, and experience a lifestyle as a host country national. His family opened their doors and hearts to us, as if we were their own. We didn't just stay in the village, we became a part of it. In Cambodia, water is life, yet for so many families, safe water is still out of reach. This is where Water for Cambodia steps in. On arrival day, Water for Cambodia welcomed our future leaders into their location, into their country, and into their lab, showing us how these water filters that we would build work. We witnessed it with our own eyes. Contaminated water tested against clean, safe drinking water. Science made visible. Knowledge made tangible. It was clear. The water in the countryside was not clean, and it was not safe. With this new understanding, our future leaders went to work. One full day spent building molds, pressing each frame hand by hand, shoveling the rocks into a cement grinder, then delicately, bucket by bucket, hand pouring cement into each mold, laying the foundation for change.
Brand here is like fiber and also smell really good for them.
Freeze them, flip them. Get your breath there.
We worked hard during our service days and also made time to integrate into culture. We walked with the elephants in Kulin Elephant Forest in the foothills of Kulin Mountain. There are 75 remaining captive elephants here in Cambodia today, and the Kulin Elephant Forest serves as the retirement for the remaining elephants, where they can roam free and unburdened. A reminder that kindness does exist in the world, even for those who do not have a voice. We jumped into waterfalls and we stood still in the echo of history with Mr. Prom as our host country tour guide. He educated us about the Cambodian genocide, which took place from 1975 to 1979, resulting in the deaths of almost 2 million Cambodian citizens by the Khmer Rouge. The beauty of the people and the heartbreak of this country taught us all to slow down, to feel more deeply, to listen more closely, and to hold joy and sorrow in the same hand as we walk together digesting it all.
Blame them like, why you don't go to study, but they have to take care of that. And he just leave like it.
Then came the breaking point. Our future leaders voiced their wanting to leave the village homestay.
But I didn't want to make it seem like, oh, this is just so hard, we can never do this again. Like, I didn't want to make it seem like that. I just wanted to like, tell you how they feel, and me as well. Because they weren't going to say anything.
Okay, so tell, like, Darren, say something. Miss Destiny, Tim,
I have
Miss
no
Lucky.
problem with it. I'm just here for the experience.
And I couldn't help but feel like I was back in Rwanda. I remember the moment all those years ago, wishing the same. No running water, no comforts of the U.S., missing my mom, everything unfamiliar.
Yeah, the bedding is...
We need mentors in life with past experience to help us stretch those emotional muscles, to allow us to see the light within, and let that light fill those areas that are open for learning, for growth, for change. This is where All the World's Kids mentorship comes in.
We're doing like work, and we're not getting like a shower. Like, I don't want to seem like entitled when I say that, but like we're not getting like a shower that I'm used to. Because I feel like even right now, I took a shower, but I still like feel grimy, and
I know, it's hard. You're like, what the heck? But I want to see you when you go back to America and you have access to however many showers and however much hot water you want. I want to see straight A's. Because if you're telling me that you can't function right now because you don't have a shower and you realize the value of one, let's pop it off when we get back, baby. I'll be like, go take a shower then, Darren. What you mean? Like, so, but this is the point of it, right? I know that it's hard. I know that it's hot. I'm going to tell you guys something that's hard for me to talk about because it's been like one of the biggest things that has always come back to me. I talk about my time in the Peace Corps, right? I've like mentioned it. So when I went to the Peace Corps, it took me 2.5 years to get my application approved, to get invited to serve. And it's the biggest regret that I have, that I didn't stick it out, that I didn't stay longer, because I will never get that opportunity to go back and serve. So I'm creating that. I'm creating access so you guys can come, even just for a micro experience of what I wish I would not have given up on. Because people have always come back and said, if you gave up on that, like, why would I see you follow through with anything else? But I was scared. It was my first time out of the country. I was alone. My grandma had this best friend who I had grown up with. She was my Nana. She had passed, and I used that as a scapegoat to early terminate. It's the biggest regret I've ever had. Because I didn't have access to a toilet or hot water. I'm so embarrassed that I couldn't stick it out. I want you guys to be able to stick it out because you'll regret it. I promise you, you will. I know it's
It's hard, but it's gonna make you so strong, I promise.
And somehow they felt my shame, a costly weight none of them wanted to carry themselves. They heard regret, and they chose to stay. The next day, we transformed the 9 gray cement rectangles into bright gifts of hope. These weren't just filters. These were timepieces with positive messages and color, standing as a reminder to the residents receiving them to think, dream, dare, believe. Reminders that read, "You matter," and future leaders are born here.
Wow. Did it! 1, 2, 3.
Pull it.
Wow!
Wow, Monty!
Okay, you can do it. Move.
There we go. That's how your tattoo's gonna look.
I turned it off because
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it was a fly.
Oh, I did that too strong. Wait.
That's perfect.
yeah, I was worried.
Monty, come do your handprint.
Something shifted. They rose to the occasion. They pushed through. They didn't give up. And that's what this is all about. Leadership isn't just about showing up. It's seeing the storm and choosing to walk someone through it. As adults, we are the mirror, the guide, the reminder of who our future leaders are, capable, resilient, and worthy of becoming.
Shania's not that goat, she is the choke.
Wait, I need to give me a small brush.
It's my fault, y'all.
Yeah, mine was a little questionable on this side. Yeah. I mean, I guess I'll try. I'll try.
Nothing in.
We'll see. Yeah, we had to raise it up.
Each filter delivery costs $100, all fundraised by the hands of those building them. You see, while the supplies to build the filters were free, we needed to fundraise for the deliveries of the water filters to transport them to the countryside. Thanks to this partnership, we were able to bring real change to families who need it most. Because of these filters, more households will have access to safe drinking water, leading to better health, reduced school absences, and stronger communities. That morning, as we were preparing to drive out to deliver the water filters, we got news that would change everything.
So we are at the headquarters for Water for Cambodia. We are right now preparing the 9 water filters to go on the truck to be delivered to Plong Village.
Just a Drop, a water organization based in the UK, and an existing partner with Water for Cambodia, had heard about all the world's kids. They heard about our mission and our dream to return again and again, not just once, but to keep serving and building water filters until every family in the district had access to clean and safe drinking water. They didn't just see the impact, they believed in the future of it. Now our work wasn't limited by a budget, but only by our willingness to keep showing up. And we will.
We need to do it soon. If we did it right now, it would be 2 years. Thank you so much.
There was some good news today.
Yep.
What were the news?
The new we get a big funding from our partner in UK.
Our future leaders were helping the Water for Cambodia team load the delivery truck. 9 water filters painted and built with love, sweat, and teamwork, ready to be installed in the countryside. This is what we came for. This was the impact we were ready to witness firsthand. The filters would all arrive to Plong Village, our homestay village, impacting 9 families, and the first filter would go directly to the home that opened its handmade doors to us, Mr. Prom's mother's home.
Give me your thoughts.
I just feel like that's very amazing. It's a blessing, and I feel like
More water filters. Water for Cambodia.
Bye! Good luck! See you soon!
As we arrived to Mr. Prom's mother's home, all of the residents receiving filters gathered. We pulled up the dirt road and unloaded each filter, aligning them side by side on Mr. Prom's mother's property. And with us, Water for Cambodia instructors, ready to educate all the residents receiving water filters about their new gift.
Hello. Today the villagers will come and they are very excited to have like a donation from people from America. My family to come, and they didn't have clean water to drink daily, so they are so excited to have this kind of very pure water filter, and they are coming from the very countryside, like remote countryside here, far away from city, about 25 kilometers. So people very excited to have this, and they will be very grateful and remember.
Thank you.
All the community residents stood together, listening, learning why clean water matters and how to care for their filter for years to come. These water filters will last 10 to 15 years. It was in that moment we all realized this was more than science. This was education. This was empowerment.
No, machine.
Okay.
Of course. Okay, so clean inside filter 2 times. So this one I'll put 1 time clean. But
What started as a community fundraiser turned into a global partnership, a movement built by future leaders for future leaders. We thought we came to deliver water, but what we really delivered was hope.
I feel like it would change their lives significantly because when we went to one house to make a water filter, there was kids who literally made a whole bunch of things around like a tarp and used the dirty water for a pool because they just wanted to have some fun and stuff, and they used whatever they had to have that fun. And I feel like we made their day because we gave them fresher water and more water to be able to do those things that they want, because they don't just use the water for hygiene or to cook or to drink, but they also use it for activities and for their children. So I feel like they're very appreciative of it, as I feel like they would just enjoy it, yeah.
What's something you saw or felt in Cambodia that you think everyone back at home needs to understand? I think something that people really need to understand is that money really can't buy happiness, because even when I've interacted with like the poorest of people, they were still happy and they were very kind and welcoming, and they didn't let their hardships affect them. And I feel like in America especially, like, we believe that money makes the world go round, and in some aspects it does, but I feel like it's good to just take a break from all of it and just look at what you have and just be grateful for it.
Okay, question.
What have you discovered about leadership through this journey that you didn't expect? One thing that I discovered was that I am definitely not always right, because sometimes I'll be like, oh, this water is cleaner than people are saying, but I'm not realizing like they still have like microbacteria and microviruses in it. So that whole entire time when I was like just like saying like, oh, this is cleaner than we think it is, blah blah, I was wrong. And not only that, it showed me that to be a leader, you have to give something without getting something back. Like giving water filters out was like something a leader would do, and it showed leadership to me because when I gave out the water filters, like I didn't expect nothing back from them, but their smiles and happiness, and I felt like that is something I discovered as a leader. You should give more than you take.
The filters, how it's gonna.
Yeah, so now that you give them water filters, how do you think those people's lives are gonna change?
I feel like it's gonna change a lot because they never had clean water, and their water was always contaminated with bacteria and different types of viruses. So I think it's gonna benefit them because you can take a shower, you can drink with the clean water, and yeah.
So I feel like less sickness, because if you're taking contaminated water, you're more prone to being sick. I think overall the clean water should not be this hard to get, but it is. So I feel like the clean water is going to help them eat better food, be more clean, and just overall better health. So yeah.
Sanaya, thanks so much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
While the rest of the world is still asleep, this is where I return. To remember, to breathe, to reconnect with the version of me that isn't afraid anymore. Out here at sunrise, I find my peace. I remember who I am. I am carried by the light. I once believed that I had failed, that early termination from the Peace Corps meant the story of my impact had ended, but it hadn't. It was just beginning. This journey teaches me that dreams aren't supposed to be easy. They're supposed to wake us up, push us, shape us, break us open, so we can rebuild stronger, softer, more ready to serve. Impossible dreams don't just come true by chance. They come true because we believe they can. And that is why I think dream, dare, believe. Not because it's easy, but because we only get one shot at life, and one shot can be just enough if we do it right. There are a million reasons you will find to stay small, play a role, fit in, and even lose yourself because fear has a way of keeping us small. Not in this lifetime. This lifetime, we are showing up, speaking out about the passion and the fire that ignites us, and we are bringing everyone with us. We are celebrating and honoring the sacredness of where we are. We are leaning into fear and holding gratitude in our hearts for the peace we are collectively contributing to. Peace for the greater good, so that every human knows that they are accepted, equal, honored, and cherished. They say you'll end up being the thing you wanted to be when you were little. When I was little, all I ever wanted to do was make art, have someone see me, and travel the world on purpose. Congratulations, all the world's kids, for making the impossible possible for so many others who want to create but don't know how, who want to be seen but are lost in the shuffle of everyday expectations, who feel they don't belong where they came from, but are open to being reminded of who they are. I created this for you. There are a million reasons you will find to stay small. You are the one reason why you absolutely shouldn't. This is the impossible dream, carried by the light, a future leader's journey. To learn more, please visit alltheworldskidsinc.org.